Hey everyone, welcome back to Mrs. J's channel. So I'm here to do a real quick egg recipe. We're gonna do deviled eggs because it was just Easter and we have some colored hard-boiled eggs that need used up. So my family loves hard-boiled eggs, but they also really love deviled eggs. So I'm gonna just make a really simple recipe for that. A lot of you probably know already how to make them, but that's okay. I just wanna share this with those of you that don't. So first we're going to peel these hard-boiled eggs, and I'm just going to tap the shell and crush them a little bit. We'll do that with this one too, although it looks like I pressed too hard on the blue egg. That's okay. We're just gonna make the best out of this. So it's much easier to shell eggs that are freshly hard-boiled, but we're using what we can here. Whoops. You can see some spots where our egg coloring went through. We used homemade food colorings, and because an egg is porous, sometimes the food coloring will actually go through the shell. So they're a bit colorful here. That's okay, they're still going to taste really good. We're just making a small batch today, but next what I'm gonna do is cut or slice right through the centers of my eggs, and we will get the yolks out next. Look how cool that looks. I love it. The little spider web. Now that my eggs are peeled and separated, what I'm gonna do is a couple things. I need some mayo or some Miracle Whip, whichever you decide that you like, and some mustard. Also, you can use some salt and pepper. I'm also gonna use this as like a piping bag for our eggs. So to start off, I have my mixing bowl here, and I am just going to pop the yolks out of these into our mixing bowl. Next, we're gonna just take a fork and smash up the yolks. If you wanna use a mixer, it makes it a little bit easier, but I'm just going to use a fork at this time. Next, we're gonna add our Miracle Whip. 2 rounded tablespoons. Then we're going to add mustard. This is about a teaspoon. If you really like mustard, you can add more. Some salt and pepper. As I mentioned before, you can use a mixer, but we're just going to use a fork and blend this all together really well. By using a mixer, it could be a creamier texture instead of this real rough and rustic, lumpy mixture, but that depends what you want. So now that's all blended together, I'm just going to use a rubber scraper, put it in my bag, and pipe this onto or into the eggs. As mentioned before, if you wanted to add extra stuff to this is something, once again, it's very basic, but if you want to add more flavor to it, some people put relish in it or hot sauce. Some people do all kinds of different things. This is just the basic to get it started. Also, if you don't like the lumps, use your mixer to whip the egg. If you have decorator bags, you could use those, or what I like to do is just use a glass and one of my Ziploc bags. I'm going to put it down with one of the points down in, fold this over your glass, and that way it's easier to get right into the bag. And then we're just going to scrape out our mixture here, put it right in the bag. If you wanted to scoop this out, you could do that, but I think the bag works really well, and it's very easy. Use a decorator bag. If you use a little less Miracle Whip or mayo, it will be a little bit thicker, and you can put a star tip on the end and make it look really beautiful when you pipe it in. But this is just a simple recipe at home. Now look at that. See, it's all down here. So all I have to do is gather my bag, kind of press this, and I'm gonna get my kitchen shears and trim the end off. So my eggs are ready. I know they're not looking too pretty, but this is what happens in real life sometimes. So no big deal, right? They're gonna taste good, and that's what is important. All right, so I have this ready. I'm gonna just trim off. You don't wanna trim too much. You can always cut more. Just trim off the point, squeeze that, press this down, and I'm gonna twist the bag so it doesn't come back up this way. And I can hold the eggs, or I can just simply do that. You can sprinkle the top with a little bit of paprika, parsley, anything you want to put over the top. Well, that wraps it up today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial on how to make deviled eggs. This was so much fun. Tell me down in the comments below if you like deviled eggs and if you do anything really fancy with them. Like I said, this is a simple, easy recipe. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.